Perfect. 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 Perfect.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It is always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. If you could read my shirt, then good. Then good. All right, so let's go and get started. Man, today's Saturday already. Whoo-wee. The week just flew by. One thing that's not flying by is the opportunity to be in crypto. If you're in crypto right now, if you're watching this, you're in the best place, because this is what's going to set you potentially financially free. Now, once again, nothing on this channel is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes, and I do hope you're entertained. We're going to go over Bitcoin. We're going to go over some coins that are trending, and then if you have a coin that you would like me to do, definitely let me know, and that way we can look at it together and see if potentially it's going to be a good coin, and potentially when we can enter. Before doing this, I do want to show, we went over this one yesterday, and for this one, this was a really good opportunity to enter the trade. It did kind of slow down a little bit. If it does come back down, we're looking for a bounce right at 0.05514, potentially before it breaks up. Now, the current level, and all this is support resistance. The current level that it needs to break, and let's zoom in on this. This was from yesterday. Oops. Let's go ahead and do this. The current level, and you can see it. Like, look how defined this resistance is. Once it breaks above this current level, put it right there, and we'll change this to a white. Once it breaks above this level, then this will be another opportunity to either add to your entry or to possibly enter the trade. Because what could happen, price does this, comes back down, maybe resistance again, comes back right here to this support before it breaks out again. So this is what could potentially happen. Now, whenever you're doing these movements, always look to the left. And I'm going to show this to you for Bitcoin. Bitcoin price action was right here, and there's always a plan A, plan B. Plan A is possibly coming up, plan B possibly coming down, losing this support, coming down, and then of course this would be our next support at 59.2. But if it breaks this level, our support zone is between 57 and 56. So it's always plan A, plan B. Now, I did leave this one up here because this is the plan that I thought might happen. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And anybody who says, oh, you know, I said I was going to do this and it did this. No. Because it could easily turn. It could easily turn. So on this one, price action was here. We said that it could potentially come up to around this area. And I want you all to see this. I mean, this stuff to me, when you start doing this, it's almost fascinating. Price said come up to about here before it went down. Look how far I was away from my guesstimation. This is like almost spot on. Then I said it was going to come down to about here. Look at my crosshairs. Perfect. Perfect. Absolute perfect. So it did go up, and then it had a retrace to the area that I thought might happen before it goes up again. And of course, it's going up again to just above my level before potentially it comes down. Now, when it comes down, what I'm looking for is potentially a higher low. In order for this to continue its momentum, it needs to do a higher low. And right now, sure enough, it's coming back down. Now, can you do this to kind of predict, you know, the move and possibly get into futures? It's very high risk. Very, very high risk. But these ups and downs, what this is showing you is that price will go up, price will go down, price will go up, and hopefully it's making higher highs and higher lows. Now, it'll continue to do this until people start taking profit. And then price will start coming down again and reset. And then looking at the bigger picture, the larger picture, the macro, then that's when it comes down and hopefully creates a higher low instead of a double bottom or a lower low. So it's so important to understand the concept of trends. Right now we're in, well, it's very obvious, we're in a upward trend. You know, I would like to see more of the ups and downs. This is what I would like to see. Price did this, came down here, this. This is healthy. This is healthy. Going up and coming down. But what Bitcoin's doing, Bitcoin's on its own little thing. You know, Bitcoin went up and then came down. And went up, came down, but not a lot, barely. And then went up some more, barely, and then came down, barely, and then just shot up. And now it should come down to hopefully here. It said nope, kept on going up, and then up and up and up. So we really do need it to pull back. We need it to pull back, kind of cool off a little bit, let the market cool off. And then now, right now, the market's not great. Right now, the market's not great because of all these, you know, ups and downs, and then just took off. Now, when this happens, the market gets super bullish. This may be due an 8%, maybe 12%, but the altcoins would do 25, 35% due to the market cap. And so right now, Bitcoin is kind of, you know, it's looking great in my opinion, and just kind of going sideways and then higher highs, higher lows. But this has to come down. And when is it going to come down? Nobody knows. So let's go and take this off. I would really like to see a retracement. Now, some people are calling for a retracement beyond 52. They're calling for 31. Do I think it'll hit 31? Seriously doubt it, but anything's possible. Anything's possible. The levels that I have, let's go ahead and hide this. The levels that I have, well, for one, it's this support zone. And we've mentioned that 57, 56. The next support area is 52. If it breaks this one, which I don't think it will, but I would love to see it break 52, we're looking at 43. 43.7. Now, how am I getting these levels? Well, if we go to a higher time frame, let's say the daily. We do the daily. You can see that we have a lot of stops right here. So this is all support resistance. Now, this same, you know, support resistance, trend lines, uptrend, downtrend, this same concept applies to every single chart, whether it's stocks or crypto. So everything that I'm showing you is not only for Bitcoin. The whole thought process is for every single chart. So just keep that in mind. You know, we're always looking at levels, and try your best not to predict what could happen, because once you start doing that, of course, you start thinking, oh man, I'm 10 for 10. Let me do some leverage now. And then you get wrecked. You know, what I'm showing you here is the potential movement. And I always say this, nobody knows. Nobody knows. If you get somebody that says, you know, this is what we said, and I knew that was going to happen, and this, that, you know, I've been doing this for, you know, so many years, and be careful. Be careful with them. All right. Let's see here. White Crypto says, buddy, any new call for GARI? No. I don't like it. I don't like the coin. But we'll look at it. We'll look at it. And the thought process is still the same. If it didn't do its, you know, area for the alert, then you just wait. You just keep on waiting. Let's go here. Joe is a market maker. Man, I wish. Good Lord. Can you imagine how much money that would be? Man. Let's see here. Crypto says that's why his lines are almost dead smack on. Yeah. And it's most, I don't want to say it's luck, because I was going to say, you know, it's kind of just luck, but it's not luck. It's just looking to the left. Like if you understand, just looking to the left, look at the previous price action, it's more than likely going to respect, and there's nothing but support resistance throughout the entire chart. So there's a pretty good chance that it's going to continue to go to the area of previous resistance before it comes down. Now, it'll do that until it breaks out of that. And then now it's support. And the more times it touches it, there are some mentors that say the more times it touches it, the weaker it gets. I kind of go the opposite route. For me, I believe the more times that it touches, the stronger it is. So for example, if we have this support zone, and again, this can be applied to everything, not just Bitcoin. If came down here and it bounced, came down here and it bounced, came down here and it bounced, came down here and it bounced. This is showing a lot of strength. This is telling me that if the price action comes down here, you have a very high probability that it's going to bounce. Now, with that being said, notice my highs. Notice my highs. This is going to be completely different from this scenario where we go and it bounces. Then it bounces. Then it bounces. Then it bounces. Now, this price action, even though we have support, even though we have this is still strong. However, the price action, the actual price action is getting weaker. And think of it as a bouncing ball. You know, it bounces, the momentum isn't there, it bounces, the momentum isn't there, bounces. So when you see this happening, then this looks very weak. Even though you have a strong support area here, the price action itself is getting weak. So we have a very high probability. Would I enter here? No, definitely not. We have a very high probability that the price action is going to break this level of support and come down. Read what the price action is giving you. The price action is telling you that is losing its strength, is losing its momentum, it's losing everything, and more than likely it's going to come down. Now, once again, this does not only apply to the coin that we're on, which is in this case Bitcoin. This applies to every single coin. Notice the price action. Now, let's go ahead and take this off, and let's do a different scenario. Let's say price bounces here, then bounces here, bounces here. Looking like the same scenario, right? Right now, we're not entering the trade because it could come down, like we don't know. But once the price action breaks its previous high, then we're looking in good shape. Because what it's doing is, first, it couldn't break this high. Then it couldn't even break this high. You know, price action came up, it didn't even go up here. So this is saying, maybe it's losing its momentum. We don't know yet. And then it comes down. And then it does this one. It didn't even reach this high. It's definitely losing its momentum. In order for us to get bullish again, it needs to break its previous high. And then it did it again. It didn't even come up here. So it's just losing its momentum and needs to break its previous high. Now, finally, it breaks this high. So now we're looking better. Comes back down, comes up, breaks this next high, which is really close to this one. So this is why I would not enter right now. But now it breaks this high. Now, if it comes down, we have a very high probability it's going to find this as support. Price comes down, finds it as support. Now it broke its current high. Enter. This is a much safer entry than entering at any other point. This is what I teach throughout the entire charts. All these charts we're going to be looking at, this is the plan. You know, it needs to break its previous high in order for us to maintain the bullishness. So hopefully all that helps. Let's go and take this off. And I'm just doing Control Z. All right, moving on. If you have any coins you want me to do, let me know. We're going to look at, the first one is GARI. We're going to look at GARI. Let's see here, go over here. And let's look at GARI. Let's see. Okay, do I not have this already done? GARI. Take off XC. Okay, X. I know I did a YouTube video on it. GARI. KuCoin? Probably KuCoin. Okay, fine. We'll chart this one out. Let's see. Okay. So what we're doing, we're looking at this one. I did a deep dive on GARI just because I had so many comments on it. So I said, all right, let me go and do this one. It It's not looking too bad because I know what the project is, and it's a really big India project. So because of that, they have people behind it, you know, a lot of people, you know, huge population. So this may do some work, but just due to the tokenomics of it, the fundamentals, do I think this is going to outperform a bunch of other tokens? Nope. That's why I'm not. For me personally, I'm not in this coin. I don't think I'll ever be in this coin. I like it for the, you know, social part of it, but I can make way more money with other coins. That's just my thought process. Now, if you absolutely kill it with this coin, great. So we're looking at the larger time frame. We can see here we had the low, we had a higher low, looking great. Everything's looking great until it broke this trend line, retested and couldn't come back up, and now it's down. So this it broke its momentum, it broke its uptrend. So it's going to delete that. Okay, we see an area of support right here, support resistance. Let's go ahead and do that. We have a bunch of wicks. There's a lot of wicks, So this just says that it goes up and then takes it all back. It goes up, takes it all back. Goes up, takes it all back. Y'all see this? Goes up, takes it all back. Goes up, takes majority of it back. So personally, I don't like this. Goes up, takes it all back. I don't like it at all. There's so many other coins, in my opinion, that could, or rather that are, much better. So I'm not trying to convince you of not getting to this coin for those that do love GARI. I'm just trying to show you that the amount of effort you're trying to put into GARI, it can be done in other coins, in my opinion. All right, moving on. What is the price range between these levels? So this level and this level, 74. Get out of here. That's pretty awesome. So let's go and put our, that right there. So we need a mid-level just due to the amount of, that's a beautiful one right there. Okay, and what we're doing is we're looking for stops. And you can't say anything because of this. All right. But one thing we're looking for is stops. We don't need the old man glasses on that one. We need this one. Okay. So what I would do, let's go to this. What is the price range tool between, and once again, all this can be done for every single coin, guys. So just because I'm doing GARI, that doesn't mean, oh, like I'm not going to listen, or if you're watching this on the replay, let me fast forward it. This applies to every single coin. What I do is I look at the price action. I look at the size of the candles. I look at every candle tells you a story. And then when you have a group of candles, then it tells you a bigger story. What I'm doing, I'm looking at the wicks. You know, the wicks on top, that says selling pressure. Wicks on the bottom says buying pressure. Very little buying pressure. Almost none. Selling pressure all day. Buying pressure, I don't see it. Moving on. Okay. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's see here. Would I enter in this zone? Because that's what this is. This is a zone right here. This zone does 20%. We could. It just looks very high risk due to the wick. These are selling pressure. This is telling me that it really wants to come down. It really does. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame. Let's see more price action. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this coin. I should just say, go for another coin, any coin, any coin. But the GARI people are very, very interested in this coin doing work. But if you did more fundamental analysis, you would see why this coin, in my opinion, there's other coins. That's all I'm saying. Joe, you've already said that. Just give me the freaking target. All right. Okay. So what it would need to do is it would need to break this. See, but it's so difficult also because it needs to break this level. We'll do it this color. We'll do it this color. Nope. We'll do it this color. It needs to break this level in order for us to enter the trade. But this is a very difficult coin to enter because what it does is it'll break the level and it comes right back down. So if it breaks this level, it needs the candle body on the 4-hour time frame needs to break this level and stay above it. The candle must close above this level. It must close above this level. If it doesn't, don't enter it. Not financial advice, but don't enter it. The candle body must, let's just draw it. The candle body must close above this level. If it does, then you can enter. Let's give you a target. Target would be, let's say we enter it right here, which is underneath resistance, which again, I probably wouldn't do, but let's just say we enter right here. Your first target, if you wanted to, would be just underneath 0.034519, just underneath it. But the larger target we're looking for is roughly about 40%. Do Alt J, and this would be your target. Right on there. So let's go and do this. Put this to green. And there you go. That'll be your target. Let's do a stop loss for you as well. Stop loss would be roughly around 14%. So there you go. Stop loss. And there you have it. There is your GARI entry. So hopefully you like that. Hopefully you like that. Let's see here. Was there another coin? Is there another coin? I don't believe so. Okay. Let's see here, guys. Who is here? Who is here? Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If you're watching this on X, if you're watching this on Twitter, definitely do a 1 as well. Okay, everything looks good. And this looks good too. All right. Very good. Not too many people today. Not too, people are probably just, enjoying the day. Enjoying the day, probably at a park or something. So envious. So envious. Oh, yeah. So let's go ahead and put up cost. Let's go ahead and do this one. This one, of course, George from Cryptos R Us is in this one. I don't know if he's still in it, though. Can we look it up? This is the Costco hot dog. I guess we'll do the B&B chain. Why not? Ew. Oh, this is the wrong one. Let's just go over here. Okay, now bring it over. Okay, if you're not using pre-search, I strongly recommend it. Definitely use the link in the description. You get coins just for using the link. These are my coins right now. We're at 1185. This is crypto. This is crypto. So just to let you know, and then you can type anything here. So right now I'm at 0.571. If I were to pull up, let's see, anything. I was trying to think of something to type. So let's go ahead and do today. Why not? I don't know. So you see that it went from whatever the number I said to 0.615. Every time you search something, it changes. So 0.615, 0.615. Now we're at 0.66. You guessed it. 0.704. So every time you search, you get coins. So this is pretty cool, and it's free. It's free crypto. You're already searching, so might as well do that. Let's go ahead and go over here, and let's go to cost. So it's right here. Costco hot dog. It is up 48%. It is trending. It is a trending coin. Let's go to the markets. It's on Radium. Now, if I click on this, does it give me the charts? Yes. Oh, let's do escape. All right, so let's look at this. This is on the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. And it was down. It was down quite a bit. Down quite a bit. I know George is really happy now. The past 3 days has been going up. We do have resistance, right? It's right at resistance. Do I think it'll continue going? Possibly. Possibly. Let's do Alt H. Let's change this to white. I'm sure you can see all that. And let's go to a 4 hour time frame. So you can see here it was resistance, resistance, and then the price actions above it, support, 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 then resistance. So right now we're just underneath resistance. So it's a much higher risk to enter now, just because we have a pretty high probability that it might get to this area of resistance and then possibly come down. And then our support would be Alt H. That's right there. So our support would be at 0.037715. Right now our resistance, 0.06098. So just kind of give you a heads up. This right here is a zone that you could trade. And what is the price range difference? So let's say we don't hit the bottom, we don't hit the top, about a good 40%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Right now, when I enter, not really, because, you know, again, you have a high chance of it coming down. So that is that one. Let's go and look for our next one. Our next one is PANDA. PANDA. USDT. And this one is on MEXC. It's PANDA swap. This is another trending coin. Right now, it's right at resistance. Right at resistance. So let's do this. A lot of selling pressure. Lots of selling pressure. Buying pressure a little bit. Lots of selling pressure. So for this one, if you were thinking about entering this trade, I would set it above one of these wicks. I set it right here. You don't want to go above all of them, because then you're never going to enter the trade. All right. What is the price range from the breakout to where we have, okay, 10%, 15. Let's go a little bit higher. Let's go 15%. We have a potential of missing out on 15%, but even though we're not getting this extra 15%, if we were to buy an active breakout, which is not a breakout not my definition of breakout. So an active breakout is, no matter what time frame you're on, as long as it crosses this level, you enter the trade. Doesn't matter. The time frame could be 1 minute, and you still enter the trade with 58 seconds left on the candle close. That's an active breakout. For me, a breakout, my definition, the candle must close. The higher the time frame, the stronger the close, the stronger the support resistance, stronger the breakout, stronger everything. I would recommend 1 hour, and then for this coin, I'd recommend a 4 hour. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because you can see that we would have prevented buying the breakout multiple times on a higher time frame. So if you were on a smaller time frame, say the 1 hour, and you had a breakout, where the price action, the candle body closed above this level, the next candle, it came down. And then if you bought it again on the 1 hour time frame, you would be at a loss. So this right here is screaming to me, 4 hour time frame is desperately needed to trade this coin. And it must close, set your alert right here. If you're going to do this coin, set your alert right here. The candle must close above 0.01302 on the 4 hour time frame. And if it doesn't, you just wait. Set your alert again and you just wait. All right, moving on. See here, CSWAP. Yes, we'll get that one in just a moment. So let's go ahead and do hook. Let's see. Do we want this? I mean, it looks good. We have a double bottom. For the measured move, you're looking at around right here. There's so many swaps out right now. I'm not gonna actually set an alert on this one. Let's go to hook USDT. Let me do this. Okay, hook USDT MEXC. Okay, this one's actually looking pretty good. This one is looking pretty good. It's right underneath resistance. We do have, man, we have this level right here and this level right here. So this is our zone. Whenever the levels are really close together, just create a zone. But just know that I like this one. I really like this one. I like the price action. Good Lord. And here we have a low volume node. All that means is there's very little support resistance in this area because it was just a straight drop. It was just a straight drop. We do have our support right here, resistance. So if we were to enter this coin, let's say we entered it about here, 10%. We could look potentially for about a 30% profit. Our first level is only 10% though. Only 10%. So I like this one. I like this setup. So I would set an alert above these wicks. So about right here. And then the candle must close above this level 88 or 0.8890 in order for you to enter on the 4-hour time frame. And then you enter the trade. If you wanted to, you could put your first target underneath this resistance. It's only going to give you about 7-8%. And then your next target would be right here. Alt J. So let's go and put this here. Target. And then stop loss will be about 5%. We'll do 7%. Here we go. And of course, for my stop loss, I'm putting these underneath candle body closes and candle wicks. Same thing with this. I'm putting it underneath candle body closes and candle wicks. So just give you a heads up. So that's your setup for hook. Let's go ahead and let's see which one. Let's do CSWAP. So a bunch of swaps, guys. Bunch of swaps. Now I am currently in CSWAP. I had this trade maybe like 2 or 3 times, and each time I had very little money in it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go big. We put a lot of money in it. I put a lot of money in it, and then what happened? The market turned, and everything just came down. I was like, so I'm in a pretty good loss right now. Now, granted, it's not a loss until you sell, and I don't have a stop loss. You know, I'm holding this coin, and I'll sell it in profit. I'm not taking any losses. No losses. No losses. All right. Let's see here. Wait. Watch video. Oh, so I think I was talking about this for the setup for the group. Let's go ahead and do this. Remove everything. 4-hour time frame. Do this. This is my level. Now, why didn't I choose this level? Well, I could have, but we have more touches at this level. And even though it's right here, I mean, you could do a zone. I want to mention earlier, you know, if you have your levels that are really close together, you can just create a zone. But I'm just going to leave this one right here. And this is a perfect example of kind of what I was saying earlier in reference to the example where the price action was up, came down, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up, losing its strength, losing its momentum. And what happened? It came down. And now this is resistance. And then it came down. So everything I'm showing you, this is from thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of back testing, of actually seeing charts, of actually being in trades. So, but don't ever trust me. Always verify. Always verify. You know, because once again, all it needed to do was cross this previous high in order for us to get bullish. So let me show you real quick. So here's our high. In order for us to maintain a bullishness, it needs to break this level, and it didn't. Here's our next high. It needs to break this to get bullish. It didn't. Then it came over here for this high. It needs to break this to be bullish, and it didn't. Same thing here. Nope. 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 and that's eventually led to it coming down. Now, if it would have broken this level, well, we still need these three levels, the 1, 2, and 3, that are really close together in order for it to break all three of those to now remain, or now to gain the bullishness. So it's been 1, 2, and 3, broke those. Now we comes back down. And even if it broke this level, came down here, we have support here, and we have support right here. So we have a much higher probability that it's going to go up. And then same thing, it needs to break its current level to remain bullish. So that's what that is. Okay, I'm moving on. Let's do Control Z a few times, get rid of all this junk. Okay, now we're looking at this, and what we need to do is, what is the price range tool? So let's go from breakout to, oh man, 15%. We have a pretty good chance that it's going to break out, gain support, and then continue upward. We have a really good chance. I'm gonna give you two setups on this one. One is gonna be a higher risk, and the other one's gonna be not so high risk. So let's go here, let's do this to this. And this one, I don't want to do it red because I don't want to, give you a bias, subconsciously. Red is bad, red is down. So here, what I would do, two entries. One, set your alert right here. Set your alert right here, and then the candle must close. What's this? Let me just hide this real quick. Okay, so this is, I put it right there. Okay, Control Z. So this is my other level. So these are my two levels. Okay. Bring this to front. So we would set our alert right here at that number, and the candle must close above 0.10600. It needs to close above that level, and then you can enter your trade there. Now, a safer entry would be once it breaks out of this zone, which would be a break and candle close above 0.12200. That would be a safer area. And then, of course, if it does come down, we have a very high probability that it's going to bounce here and come back up. So that's my thought process on that. Let's do a target and stop loss. So my stop loss, man, you see, you can't, because what I'm doing is I'm going underneath candle bodies and candle closes, but here, candle body closes, okay. Oh, we have a wick. Let's go underneath the wick. Oh, okay. We got more wicks. Let's go underneath that one. Okay. Oh, we have more wicks. Let's go underneath that. Before you know it, you don't even have stop loss. Same thing with targets. So let's put this kind of at a reasonable level around 10 to 15%. So let's do it right here. And this, oh man, because if we go a little bit lower underneath those wicks, now we're at 18%. But 18% is a lot, in my opinion. So let's just bring it back up here to 12%. Let's do 12%. Now again, this all depends on your risk management, your risk tolerance. How much you're willing to lose is very important. This is something, before I go to any trade, my first thought process is how much can I lose? And am I going to be emotionally, financially, psychologically okay with losing that amount? Because if I'm not, I'm changing my thought process. I'm either reducing the amount of money I put in the trade so that if I do lose, it doesn't hurt as much, or I'm going to, move up my stop loss. So instead of 15%, I'll just put it for 5%. And if I lose out, okay, I lost 5%. So that's very important. It's the psychology of trading is something that everybody needs to just really look at. and understand it. So there we go. Let's do a target now. Let's go from here. Our first target, nice. Okay, so let's do a few targets. Our first target, so it's not bad, you know, a 1-to-2 ratio. So let's do that level. And then let's do another one. Stay here. Nope, I'm doing underneath that wick. So I'm going to the very end. You can't see it. Going to the very end. I was going to put it about right here, but what I wanted to do was put it underneath that wick. So that's why I put it right here. We'll just do 2 targets. This is our target. And then this one is our target. And then this one is our stop loss. So this right here, in my opinion, is a pretty good setup. I do like it. I like this move that I did too. So same thing, let's say, you know, we were looking at this trade here, and it's really easy to say after the fact, but with the concept that I'm teaching, this applies to everything. So what we're doing is, let's just say we saw the price action all the way down here, and we really want this coin. We've been looking at it for a while. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set an alert above the last high, which is right here. So what we'll do is we notice this high, we see this little wick right here. So what we would do is just put our alert just above that wick. And let's go ahead and change this to our alert. And then we would wait. You know, we go to other coins, we'll put our alert there, other coins, put our alerts. And then once our alerts start going off, we can see that our alert went off. And then now it's kind of pulling back. The pullback should be, nobody knows, but should be maybe here. If not, maybe here. You know, we don't know. Nobody knows. Even though we see what happened, nobody knows what's going to happen at that time. Now, the price action did come down, and look at that. Man, look, I didn't even see that. Right on it. So let's go ahead and just make sure. And that's why it's important to have your magnet tool on, because it will snap in place right there. But look what happened. Came down right to that moment. Right to that support. Tried it again, lots of buying pressure. This is good. Let's say we were going to wait a few candles for confirmation of it actually finding support. And because this move right here should have, you know, 50% would have been about around here. You know, we would have looked for a really nice bounce in this area. However, we're always looking to the left. We're always looking for other areas of support resistance. We would have seen it stop here, another candle body that stopped at the same spot. And what we could do is, okay, this is my secret, guys. This is my secret. This is how I do my coins. Like, everything I'm showing you, it's what I do. So, you know, the benefit of the VIP is that I do all this work for you. I'm showing you the work that I do. I do all the work for you, and then I notify you when it's time to enter. Now, if you want to do all this work, this is how to do it. You set your alert here. You got alerted. Now, you know, you're seeing this number. You're seeing it come down here. What I'm doing is I will wait 3, maybe 4 candles. So, you know, 12, 16 hours, I'm waiting to see if, in fact, now I set another alert. I wanted to break above this level, so I'll put another alert here. You know, doing all this wick, I would be losing out on a lot of percentage. So what I'll do is I'll set it here, and I will do other things, go to other charts. Now it goes, because what could happen, and what I would think would happen, it does this, bounces here, and then now, because I have my phone right here, I have my alerts, my alarm for, say, 16 hours, and I put the name of the coin on here, and then I'll go, my alarm goes off, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, whatever, just 11 in the morning, doesn't matter. I'll go and I'll check it, and I'll say, okay, let me look at this coin again. So now I go and I look at the coin, and I'll see, okay, let's go ahead and enter this trade, because now it's already got support. Or I'll see it, let's say it came down here, and now it's like, okay, now we can enter this coin because it broke this level and it's right here. So now let's enter, because we do have an area right here, but hopefully, due to other people seeing a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, Hopefully other people will see that, and then it'll, you know, potentially our coin will explode. So we'll see. But this is all the thought process that I do. Now that it broke this level, we enter the trade. This is when I post. This right here is when I post. We enter the trade, and of course now it starts going up. Now, don't think that I'm saying this because it went up, because the price action could have done this, and I would have said the exact same thing. Because this is how I trade. This is my setup from start to finish. You know, if the price action would have come down, 100%, I would have said, I would have entered right here. And I got stopped out if I had a stop loss. So that's one thing with me. I show you what I would do in the moment of the trade, not based off of what I see. And so many mentors, so many YouTubers, they only tell you based off of what they see. Because if the price would have come down, they would have looked for a reason why they would not have entered the trade. So just always have that in mind, guys. Have that in mind. All right. Let's go ahead and take off this junk. Let's take off this as well. Okay. And there we go. So this is how I do my setup from start to finish. So there we go. Let's see here. Mark says, absolutely none of my alarms wake me up. That's funny. That is funny. Yeah, I have multiple alarms, especially when I need to wake up in the morning. So, and I'm always waking up during the night. So I'll wake up and then I'll check the charts just real quick, you know, 5-10 minutes. Okay, I'll go back to bed. There's times where I'll go and I'll check, and I got DMs or whatever people want, you know, coins reviewed, and I'll do those reviews. I'll do them, you know, because I know it's time sensitive. So I don't ever look at a thing as like, they want to review. It's, you know, 3 in the morning. I'm going to go back to bed. No, I stop. I was all right. Let me get everything, record. Okay, this is what I think. This is this, blah, blah. And then there you go. Because all this is time sensitive. And my goal is to make you money. That's my goal. My goal is to make you money. Let's see here. See, White Crypto says, thanks, mate. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Oh, yeah, let's do OPUL. So I do like this one. I really like this one. See, I like CSWAP and I like Hook, but I like CSWAP better. Panda, not so much. This one, gotta wait for it to close. Okay, so let's do OPUL. And what time are we at? Oh, this is our last coin. This is our last coin. And thank you guys for smashing the like. That really does help. It really does. And I just want to say, you guys are the best. You guys are the best. One thing I show you here on this channel is I show you how to trade. I show you how to trade. I show you what I would do. Perfect example, guys. Man, I could not have timed this even more perfect. We have our alert. Our alert went off. The candle body must close above this level. And it did it. So what do? We reset our alert. We wait for it to alert again. Now that we're looking at this, now let's go ahead and look to see what would have happened. The price action was right here. And we're saying, okay, the price action might create a higher high, come up here, then create another higher low. Should create a higher low, come up here, create a higher high, come back down, possibly create a higher low, and then continue this. And then once it does, you could enter here, and then you could enter here. And these are just different areas of entry. Now, price action came down. So now what it needs to do, same thing over and over, it needs to break its previous high. Because this is resistance. This is resistance. The price action could come up here, come back down, do this, trade into this zone, and then come back down. So it could do this for an extended period of time. And what we want to do is we want to get notified when the price action is ready. So what we do is we can actually get this and move this down to right here, above the wick. Above the wick. So let's go ahead and zoom in on this. So we're above this wick. The candle bodies, they are areas of resistance. The candle wicks are areas of resistance if the price action's below it. If the price action is above it, then this candle bodies is support. The candle wick is support. It depends on where the price action's at. So if the price action is underneath, then the above area is resistance. The price action is here above your levels, then it's support. You know, these levels would be support. With this being said, I still like this coin. My thought process just changed. So now let's go ahead and delete all this stuff. Let's come over here to make it faster. Delete, 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 delete. Okay. So what I would do for my thought process now, because now we have more information, and this is what we're doing. We're not changing our thought process. If I said change, what we're doing is we're adapting to the market. We're adapting to the price action that has now been printed. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You know, so what we have to do is we have to check on this, and periodically, my eyeballs are tearing up, periodically, because it's so beautiful. This is so beautiful. I love this. What we're doing is we're looking at the current price action. You know, the more candles that print, the more information we have. So here, candle body close, put our alert above the wick, and then now we wait. We have our alert, and we just wait. Now, once the alert goes off, so let's say this is our alert. Once the alert goes off, what we want to do is we want to make sure the candle body closes above this. What's the price range tool between these two levels? Is it 2%? Is it 22%? 7%. Okay. So we want it to close above this level for the candle body to close. Let's say we enter the trade right here and the price comes down. Well, we have a really high probability that we're going to get a bounce right at the 7% mark, which would be the support zone or support level, before potentially coming back up, breaking this area of resistance, and then breaking the area that we entered, and then potentially doing that. So that is my thought process on that. If it does come down after we enter. So this would be our target. Let's say we don't get the absolute bottom. We wouldn't do that. We would do our first target underneath candle bodies and candle wicks. So this will be our target. And then our stop loss. I guess we do it right here. I would do it right here. So I would like this to be a greater risk to reward, but sometimes you have to deal with what you're given. So this is better. So if, or rather when, the price action does this is very important as well. And this is what I do. I update the community when it comes to moving up your stop loss. And this one would, you know, all the coins that we do, all the coins that we post, if they do have stop losses, I'm, you know, updating the group. Okay, move up your stop loss. You know, don't forget about this coin. If the price action comes up here, resistance comes down, comes up, comes down, support comes up. And what we're doing, like, as soon as this area, because again, I said alerts like all the time. As soon as we hit this level, then more than likely what we'll do is we will get our stop loss, and now we will move it up to about here. So now if we do get stopped out, we're at plus 6%. And then what we do is we just constantly move up our stop loss. Depending on the price action, plus 6, then it'll go to plus 22, then it'll go to plus 48, then it'll go plus, you know, 87. There was one time where we were in a bunch of trades. I wouldn't say a bunch. I'd say like 8 trades. And all these trades, you know, 1 or 2 were given. And then the next couple of days, maybe another one was given. Then the next couple of days, maybe another one was given. And we were all in profit. So, like, there was no reason to get out. So if you held on to all those coins, you would have been probably in like 8 trades, all in profit. And then the market turned. Not this past market turn, but the previous. And then, of course, it came down, stopped us all out, plus 85, plus 120, plus, you know, just ridiculous numbers. And we're just moving up our stop loss, you know? So just kind of give you a heads up. There are several different ways of trading. All right. Let's see here. Thank you guys for smashing the likes. Thank you guys for everything. And we are about our time. I would love to see ones in the chat, for the people who still are here, and just so I can give you all a shout out. That's it for me, guys. Today is Saturday, May the 4th. And of course, I got to do it. So May the 4th be with you guys. Today is May the 4th. And I do thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are the absolute best. Again, my name is Joe. This is TradeIntuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without all the stress, without all the confusion, without all the doubt, the fear. Just know that you are not alone. You are not alone. All the emotions that you're having right now, or that you will have, we've all gone through it, and we've made it. So just kind of give you a heads up, guys. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Right now is the best time to be in crypto. You know, you're going to make a crap load of money. So I do thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. The links are in the description. And also the link is pinned in this message. Make sure to follow me on Twitter in case we need to do a change in time. I will let you know there or in the group. Thank you guys so much. As always, the longest outro in crypto YouTubers. And then now the awkward looking down. And thank you guys for being here. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. Maestro, that was pretty rude. Right away you put it up there. Thank you guys so much. We do have a night of insomnia. What is up? So happy you're here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody smashing the likes. You guys are the best. We got Crypto 420. Appreciate you for being here. We got Pita. What's up, Pita? Appreciate you, man. We got Mark in the house. What's going on, Mark? Appreciate you, man, for being here. Thank you guys for everybody who's here. Thank you for everybody who's watching this on the replay. You guys are the best. You guys are the absolute best. We do this every single day, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do 1 hour of free mentorship. And of course, if you have any coins you want us to do, we do that as well. Give you the whole thought process. This is extremely important to me. Understanding the why. I do thank you guys so much. Maestro, play that music. Let's get out of here. 3, 2, and 1.